Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get your skate every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Here we go. It is Thursday, right? Today's Thursday?
Yes.
Dang, wow, the week is just flying by.
Weekend, baby.
Ooh, look out. Can't wait to get to that weekend. Good stuff. There's a lot of fun stuff going to be going down this weekend. Looking forward to. Got Rib Roundup. Going to be out there a little bit later on Saturday after I wrap up the Rapids Water Park.
Now, will you eat ribs?
Yeah, probably. I just got to try to do it without sugary sauce. That's it. So maybe a dry rub. You could do that.
Oh, yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah, usually painful.
I don't know. A dry rub every now and then. A little pleasure and pain, Kev.
Yeah, is that what it is?
He likes it.
Oh, it hurts, but it feels so good. Yeah, so I'll probably do that a little bit. Enjoy the artists are going to be out there, too, so that'll be fun. Check that out. On Saturday.
Is who's playing out there?
Nobody's playing. Oh, the concert. Country stars. You've got Dustin Lynch, Chris Jansen, Michael Ray, Carly Pearson, Matt Stell.
No Clit Black?
No. Mm-mm.
He's old school. That's me and Virginia's
yeah, that's
kind of
real old. No Randy Travis?
No.
The Judds?
No. No Hank Williams Sr. No Conway Twitty. No Merle Haggard.
Conway Twitty. My dad told me back in high school he was picking up this girl on a first date, and she wasn't ready yet. So he was downstairs talking with the dad, and he was all nervous, and they were talking about Conway Twitty. And my dad goes, "Oh, I love Conway Titty." And the dad's like, "What?"
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean Twitty.
no.
I mean Twitty.
Conway Titty.
That was back in the day. You couldn't say titty back then.
Can't say
Virginia.
titty then. No.
Faux pas.
It was an accident, but
Oh.
you know where I get it from now.
The Okeechobee Music Fest is kicking off today in Sunshine Grove there in Okeechobee. Apparently those dirty hippies aren't worried about coronavirus like they are with the EDM Fest Ultra that they just postponed.
Are they hippies or are they country people?
No, they're hippies.
They are? Okay.
Yeah, these are big-time hippies. Yeah, you stay out in a tent there. I was just kind of like looking at it. Yeah, just like sleeping out in the whatever it is. They got like a VIP tent, but it looks a lot like the Fire Festival tents that they had. So,
Uh-oh.
hoping this is better than that. But I was just like, yeah, I'm like, I've never, even when I was younger, like when I was in my early 20s, I did that Woodstock, the 20th anniversary thing. And I remember it was rainy, muddy. There's a bunch of stinky hippies everywhere. And I remember the best place I found, I found pavement. And I slept like in a paved parking lot and was so fortunate.
Could you hear the bands?
Terrible.
Or was it too crazy to even hear the music?
Yeah, you could hear the bands, but, it was so muddy. Everybody was just sliding down the hills, and it was just crazy. And, the best part, I went to see Green Day was playing. And luckily, I was out there with the radio station I work for, and one of the DJs was doing the TV broadcast for it because they did a pay-per-view global simulcast of it. So he was on the thing. Luckily, he was up on kind of the rafter, and he called me up for the Green Day thing. He said, "Hey, Kev, come up here and watch it up here." I was like, cool. Because they started taking mud clods and throwing them around, and they started throwing them on the stage.
Oh, no.
And the bass player for Green Day started throwing them back, and people charged onto the stage. And I'm watching that, and security up there is trying to throw people off the stage, but they didn't know who the hell was what. And I saw a security guy. He just hauls off, cocks off, and punches Green Day's bass player right in the face. And the guy's like, "Fuck it, I'm not playing anymore," and walks off the stage. And I'm like, wow, this is the best show ever.
Get them out!
Yeah, but I didn't want to. I mean, just being in the midst of all that. I mean, I was 21 at the time. I'm like, no. It's still
chaos.
Even at 21, I'm like, this is not my thing. Yeah,
Wow.
So not to say Okeechobee Music Fest is going to be that, but it's just, anytime there's like camping out, I'm like, I don't know. Some people, if you love that, that's great.
It takes a special individual to take mud to the face. It really does.
It's hard
Yeah.
to shake it off.
It is. And I was kind of like looking at the artists that they have out there and the times that they were playing. And like some of these concerts, like some of these artists take the stage at like midnight or 1 a.m. or something
Shit
like
that,
that.
man.
I'm like, what? What are we
1
doing?
a.m.
Yeah.
That's when they're starting?
Yeah, they'll take the stage at like 1 a.m. I was like, wait, what are we doing?
I would so not be pumped for a 1 a.m. show.
Yeah.
Ever.
At any age in my life, I don't think I would love that.
So I was going through these are the artists. I didn't recognize a lot of the names. Tonight you got a band called Arizona going to be on stage. They do some pretty good stuff. Tomorrow you've got Cascade. And then the best artists are going to be Saturday, Sunday. On Saturday, you got Vampire Weekend, Haim, Sublime with Rome, Bob Moses, and Claro. And then on Sunday, you got Mumford & Sons, Glass Animals, and Machine Gun Kelly.
Okay, I see what kind of festival we got. You're right.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Stinky, dirty hippies.
That's basically it. So there are, as I release the list tomorrow of what's going on for the weekend, there are a couple night games actually going on. In fact, I think there's one tonight at Ballpark of the Palm Beaches for spring training, Nationals and Cardinals.
And there's a night game, I believe, tomorrow night at Roger Dean Chevrolet.
Yep, believe so. Yeah,
Look at
so.
you.
Yeah.
We'll have that on the e-blast. If you're not getting that, just go sign up at kvjshow.com and you'll get it. Lots of stuff still coming in about the coronavirus. Somebody had sent this earlier, and it looks like Snopes busted it, but somebody's like, did you hear that The Simpsons predicted coronavirus in 1993? You go to Snopes, and it says this is false. There is a meme that's going around that shows, like, in the upper left-hand corner, it shows some guys that look like they're Chinese sniffing in a box, and then the box gets sent to Homer, and then gases evolve, and then Homer passes it to somebody else, and then they had that news reporter they always have on The Simpsons, and he has coronavirus up on the screen.
It says coronavirus?
It says coronavirus, yeah. They say it in a 1993 episode, season 4, episode 21, entitled Marge in Chains. They say that it is the fourth panel on the graphic below is a doctored. It said Apocalypse Meow and had a cat on it. Somebody overdubbed coronavirus.
All right, so it's not real.
No, so if you see that, because I know people were sending that to us.
Kevin, it's real. The Simpsons.
They predicted another one.
Well,
yeah.
they predict a lot, which is kind of eerie.
Yeah, but they did do an episode on a viral outbreak. But, we've seen a number of pandemics, the Spanish flu, Hong Kong flu, Asian flu, all that kind of stuff. So they didn't really predict anything. They were just covering and spoofing one of those.
Less pandemics, more pan pizza. Hell yeah!
Yeah. Makes perfect sense. This one from Raphael said, the coronavirus is actually the best thing that could happen to me. First of all, my wife does not want to travel. Second, she doesn't want to order anything because it comes from China. Third, she doesn't go to the mall in fear that she can get contaminated. And fourth, she has her mouth covered all day and night. Okay. This is not a virus, it's salvation. Hey, ho, ho. All right.
Get that guy an open mic.
Hey.
And then take it right away.
And then hit him with it.
Ho. I got this from Sean. He said, I don't know how credible this is, but I saw it on Facebook.
Oh, then it's not credible at all,
At
sir.
all.
Yeah.
Facebook is filled with lies.
But he abbreviated. He put FCBK. At first, I'm like going, fuck book.
There is a fuck book, by the way.
Is there really?
There is.
No copyright restrictions on that one?
You got a profile on said fuck book?
I do not have a profile on Fuckbook, but it's out there.
All right.
If someone wants to get a profile, you could. Let me double check.
You have to make
on
sure
that.
you don't have a
I don't know if
profile?
I don't know if I want to type Fuckbook in my. I don't know if I want to hit those buttons.
Isn't that Denny's computer?
No, this is my computer.
Oh.
That's why I don't want to do it. If it was Denny's, that'd be fuckbook.com.
Fuckbook.com.
I'll just see what comes up for Fuckbook.
And this is how the viruses begin.
Yeah, Fuckbook. Hookup site. Adult friend finder sex dating. So it's all about the porking.
So if you wanted to get laid before noon, could you?
I think a lot of sites on that stuff, it depends on what you're into. I know there's some things on Craigslist that can get,
With a snap of a finger?
Probably.
But not have to pay. I mean,
Yeah.
We could all call a hooker.
Totally.
But, I mean, could you go on Fuckbook right now and say, I would like to get my dome at the racetrack in 45 minutes?
I don't know about that. I have no idea, but now you're kind of basically doing Uber Eats for Poontang. It's really what it is at that point. You're kind of just, I need this in 30 minutes.
I'm just curious how easy it is.
You want to go deeper?
That's what she said.
Yeah. It's a popular line there.
They won't let me in because it's blocked. Because we're at work.
Oh. It's probably for our own
good.
good.
Yeah, it's probably good. You're right. What am I going on Fuckbook for? It's a brand new computer.
Yeah. So anyway, here's the photo from the Wilton Manors Public. It's two guys supposedly shopping in full-out hazmat suits. So I don't know if that happened or not, but that's just maybe how crazy people are getting about this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Those suits aren't cheap, I've heard, too.
Who have you heard this from?
I saw it on Facebook, not Fuckbook.
Yeah, you just got done saying Facebook's full of lies.
Yeah. Now she's using it as a source.
Yeah, I know.
I'm quoting it.
Typical media.
Yes. Don't believe it. Believe it.
Now-
Don't believe me.
Is this stuff true? Because I'm seeing that there are some prices of regular stuff that you would use for cleaning that's getting jacked up because people are buying it in bulk for fear of the coronavirus. Like somebody had sent this to me. Have you seen Purell right now on Amazon? Advanced hand sanitizer 4-pack of 12-ounce bottles. So 4 12-ounce bottles, they say, is going for $488 on Amazon right now.
That feels like a lie.
That feels like a lie to me, too. There's no way.
You know who's got it, too? Home Depot and Lowe's always have a bunch of cleaning supplies. I get mine there. And they have the big industrial size, too.
Other places you shouldn't sleep on, little dollar stores. I know they have even knockoff dollar stores. Some of those stores have a lot of cleaning stuff for dirt cheap, too.
You're right.
50-piece disposable face mask, 3-ply ear loop surgical medical health. You can get a fast ship on it, and those are selling for $76. So that's over $1 for a mask. Does that seem high?
I think
I
it's
don't know what the going rate is for those masks.
No
Can you
idea.
Can you do Corone's gouging?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's what he's trying to look and see. Is it legit?
Are we getting gouged now for other stuff? And yeah, somebody said, this really could be the biggest problem with this is that all this stuff in China getting shut down, that things like diapers, toilet paper, paper towels, ibuprofen, Tylenol, stuff like that, it's going to run lower out, and then you might start seeing crazy prices on stuff like that. That's insane. Somebody said, I work at a Home Depot in New York a couple days ago. Some guy bought 10,000 masks right off the pallet before it was even put on the shelves. And somebody bought like 13 gallons of soft soap.
I mean, at that point, do you own an army? What's going on here?
This is where.
But this is the panic.
This is the insanity of like, even if, you're like me, I'm like, I'm not panicked about this. It's going to fuck up your life because you're going to go try to get something that you regularly need. And you're like, what do you mean the Purell's $80?
I'll start panicking when they shut down all restaurants where you can't order food. You got to, you have to go to the grocery store in your own time.
Well, this is just it. As I was talking earlier, some music festivals are getting shut down. Starbucks won't let you bring your own cup in now. So, I mean, it's not anything too insane right now. But if we keep pushing this, are we going to be like, all right, things are like crazy. Like it might be different than it was for swine flu, bird flu, pig flu, chicken flu, whatever it might have been.
It's crazier because we are crazier.
Yeah.
It's deep. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it is, though. I'm real tired, so I think a lot of shit's good when it's not.
Somebody texted in, too, said, my coworker's daughter got sent home from school yesterday because she coughed once in class. She's fine, and my coworker had to take the day off to take care of a healthy child.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
So that's all I got to do to get out of work is just cough a few times in front of the boss. Our boss did send an email, a mass email saying, we don't want no heroes here. If you're sick, get
Stay
the hell
home.
out.
But that's always company policy, and it should be. You know, if you're sick, don't come to work.
But we've never gotten a virus email like
We've never
that.
got it,
That
yeah.
was different.
That was a Corone's memo.
So that's all you got to do. So I just have to walk by our oh, gosh. Oh, man, we have an event on Saturday.
Yeah, but don't say you're going to do it on the radio before you do it.
I don't know if they listen. I hope not. I hope they don't listen. God help us if our bosses listen.
Surely they have standards. They don't listen.
Yeah, and maybe those prices I was looking at are legit. Somebody texted in, so there's an article out the other day where Amazon has pulled tons of items down because people were gouging. And they knew people would pay ridiculous prices because they're so freaked out about getting this coronavirus that people are actually selling Purell 4-pack of 12-ounce bottles for $488.
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. I mean, if
Go your ass to the
Good
Jupiter
Lord.
Staples. I was just in there yesterday, and they had so much hand sanitizer and all kinds of cleaning stuff.
They did after today.
Well, now they probably don't.
well, this is people just playing on people's fears.
I know,
What-
and that sucks.
What would freak you out, Kev, if all of a sudden your everyday, regular kind of routine, it's shut down from the corones? What would scare you?
There's no soap.
Yeah, I mean, if I can't get access to regular disinfectant and sanitizer and toiletries, that's going to annoy me more than it would freak me out. What it's going to take to freak me out is healthy people who don't have any pre-existing conditions in large numbers start getting this stuff and dropping dead.
like a Denny's.
Yes, a healthy, fantastic Denny's. Yeah. Winds up dropping dead. Then I'm like, okay, then it starts getting my attention if we get to pandemic numbers. And I'm like, and then I can't get supplies. Then you're like, all right, I'm probably at less than a 1 on panic level. Then I probably start getting 3 to 4.
Like if Virginia comes in here, crushes all 3 dirts in high spirits, and then by noon,
Yeah.
the corones. That's when you get freaked.
It would take more numbers than just Virginia.
Wow, I would be shook.
Sounds like Kevin be happy.
Kevin gives a fuck.
I'm freaked out that is she dead or is she just sick?
She's got the corones, and
See, to me, it's just a flu. And if she goes home and takes care of herself, then most people are shaking it right off.
that's the story they're not telling you. That people get the corona and then
Can survive
Yeah,
it.
They think. I thought that. I thought you get the corona and you die.
No, it's not even close to that. Like I was looking at the mortality rates, and it's like 0.08% of people, and they break it down by age. In fact, somebody had sent it to us, and it was breaking it down by age, and that is the biggest part of it too. To know is that if you're older than, and I think older people over the age of like 70 or something like that, it was 14%. Yeah, if you're 80 plus, here's the mortality rate by age. 80 plus, it's taken out 14.8%. So if you're over 80 and you get the corona, you've got a 15% chance of dying.
But if you're over 80, a blink could possibly. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly. And so if you're my age, I have a 0.4% chance of dying from the coronavirus if I get it. If I get it, 0.4%. That's not even 1% chance.
That's
There's
double.
over a 99% chance that I shake it off, no problem.
That's a
And
double-
that's my age, and I'm not young.
It's double ifs.
What?
It's double ifs.
What?
If
I
you
don't understand that.
double ifs. If you get it, and you know what? If I
You're
get-
good, Pine Sol. You're good.
Don't call me fine.
That's your new name.
Never. That was. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
If I should just shut up.
What do you want to be, Pine Sol or Big Bass? You gotta pick one.
I like Pine Sol.
Okay.
Big Bass makes me sound fat.
Oh,
You're
that's
right.
true.
That's a redneck fat guy.
Hey,
You're
Big Bass, how you doing?
That's what that is.
Big Bass coming over, gonna eat all of our fucking
Oh
food.
shit, Big Bass is hungry.
Michelle from Kendall, she said, we use a wellness app at work that gives us health tips on a daily basis, and I had to do a double take when I saw this picture. Does this remind you of anyone?
Denny.
Just thought I'd share.
Is that Denny's?
It
That's
looks
a
like him.
Peaceful Denny's there, just laying down, recovering from the coronavirus.
Oh, he is snuggling.
That's our
Sleep
sweet
power out,
Denny's.
Look at that.
Did they pay him to use his photo?
I don't know.
He's slightly off. He's like 98% Denny's. The nose is a little different.
Okay.
I know my boy. I could draw him in my sleep.
You could, huh? While you're sleeping, you draw? That'd be amazing.
That would be pretty cool.
Lauren wanted to let you know, Jay Bird, that they've got fun little trivia for you. This event came up on my Facebook page. I thought of Jay Bird. This would be the kind of trivia Jay Bird would be great at. And it's at his favorite place, the Pizzle. It's all coming together. They do serial killer trivia at Hop Life Brewing Company that you can go check out. And ironically, I'm wearing a Hop Life shirt right now.
I just learned when I do rattle off a lot of factoids about serial killers, some people think that's creepy.
Well,
Wonder
it makes
why.
it sound like you're obsessed with it, and then it kind of makes it sound like,
But that's not it at all. Like, I don't watch murder specials like, oh, this is great. I'm so turned on. I'm just
research.
very interested in the subject.
Oh, he did it like that.
I sent Kevin a thing about not only in South Florida, and I'm not talking Miami, I'm not talking even Broward County, just Palm Beach County alone. Unsolved murders and unsolved people that have been kidnapped. There's so many cases from the 60s till now. It's alarming.
It's good to have a little fear.
Yeah, I know about all that stuff. I think since we're in the media, we should talk about some of those people that were local. Who knows? Someone knows something.
I agree. And the more we talk about it and learn lessons from it, you can protect yourself from it happening to you.
Okay.
If you want to come on over to my house, Virginia, and do a murder podcast,
You want to come on over and get murdered?
no, I'd love
Don't
to.
you have people hanging from your roof trying to look in your windows?
I got a lot
And
going
bees attacking
He
your
does have a
ass?
lot going on.
I got a lot
yeah.
going on.
Bees in the trap.
It's definitely not a safe zone.
I don't live in a safe zone.
Gen Z in the chat room was asking where Hop Life Brewing is. It's kind of tucked back in. It's kind of in one of those industrial little park things there. So it is a little bit challenging. But if you dial it in, you can do a quick web search. It's Northwest Enterprise Drive in Port St. Lucie is where you can go. And they got good stuff. They got some good IPAs and such. And so I like it. It's a cozy little place. Yeah, it's off Peacock in Port St. Lucie, somebody said.
I know where that's at, actually. I might know more about Pizzle roads than Palm Beach roads.
Really?
No, that's a big statement.
That's
That is
That's
a
a
real
big
big
statement.
statement.
That's a big statement, Big Bass.
And I'm trying to think, like, how often do you actually go to Port St. Lucie?
Not that.
I go to the Pizzle more than y'all don't.
When was the last time you were there?
Y'all don't know about.
How many times have you been there in the last year?
Bitch, please.
In the last year, I've been to Pizzle 7 times,
7 times.
maybe 5.
He's lying.
I am not
5
lying.
for
7
what?
When
my
I was doing my
ass.
pizza blog, I was up with the Pizzle left and
You
right.
were up there 4 times.
Get the hell! You know nothing, Sinicki.
I watch you.
You know
I know what
nothing.
your big bass ass is up
I'm
to.
going to the fucking Pizzle today just to prove both of you wrong and to turn right back around. I'll show you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Making some bold claims over here.
A lot of bold claims.
A lot of bold
It's the
claims.
end of the week. I get bolder.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Monday, we're not so bold.
No, we're
But
old.
come Friday, we are bold as fuck.
It takes us a couple days to warm up now.
This is for you, Jay Bird. Every year, Orlando does a Comic-Con, and I feel like you'd really enjoy it. They got an email here that people from the Karate Kid and Cobra Kai are going to be there. I go every year and some cosplay, and it's always a blast. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, and I'm trying to finish up a stainless steel Mandalorian Twi'lek costume. A bunch of Mandos going to be there trooping around.
It's in Orlando?
Yeah, there's one pretty much in every city. I think that is the pretty good costume there.
Oh, that's brother.
that Ariel's done.
I go to Port St. Lucie all the time. Orlando, it's good. It's halfway there, baby.
Orlando's halfway there.
No, Port St. Lucie is halfway to Orlando.
That's what I just said. You're not even listening to
You
me.
didn't say it
I
right.
say it.
You confused Kevin, too.
I don't think Kevin. I think Kevin's half listening to
I
me.
listened to you. No, I fully heard that. You said that, but you said Orlando's halfway to Port St. Lucie.
You did.
Yeah, Orlando is halfway to Port St. Lucie. If you go to Port St. Lucie, never mind. All right, I confused myself.
Halfway through saying it, he realized he said it wrong. I like the conviction, though. I mean, I've never seen a motherfucker so wrong.
Oh, I know.
But then so
He was
sure.
so on it. Like,
I have.
and
I'm
he's like
looking
saying,
at
"Oh, Kev's not even listening.
You're not listening either.
He's not even listening."
Speaking of motherfuckers who get it wrong, I'm looking at one of them.
Whatever.
Yeah, okay,
I'm
Tequesta.
over here hanging on your every word. I just can't figure out what the fuck you're saying.
It's fucked up, man.
Let me see here. Got these actual complaints received by Thomas Cook Vacations from dissatisfied customers.
What is Thomas Cook Vacations? Is this like maybe it's like one of these
Travel
timeshares?
company. I think it's like a travel company where they send people on different luxurious vacations. This is what people have sent them, why they did not enjoy their vacation. One person wrote into them, said they should not allow topless sunbathing on the beach. It was very distracting for my husband who just wanted to relax.
Oh, please. Shut up.
Did you say relax or release?
If you're on vacation, a lot of other countries don't look at it like us. Like,
Totally.
They think topless, no big deal. So when in Rome, bitches.
Yeah.
One person said the beach was too sandy. We had to clean everything when we returned to our room.
The beach was too sandy? Was the pool too wet?
You should ball up your fist and punch yourself in the face. That is ridiculous.
It says here, we went on holiday to Spain and had a problem with the taxi drivers as all of them only spoke Spanish.
This is why people hate Americans.
One actual complaint they got, nobody told us there would be fish in the water and the children were scared.
Well, what kind of water was it? If it's a pool, I understand. If it's the ocean, shame on you.
Yeah. So there you go. You just got
That's
to be
funny.
like, come on, people. Come on, people. The moment that you change your perception of a person, hey, KVJ Show, have you ever experienced a moment that changed your perception of somebody? I have two. One, I walked in on my best friend while he was tossing the sauce.
Okay.
I was talking on the phone, so I wasn't paying attention. I had the key to his house, so I walked in. I looked at the couch, and there he was punching the clown. We locked eyes. Sauce went everywhere. I turned around, walked out, and left the key in the door, and have not been back to his house in a year and a half. And we hang out but never talk about it.
Wait.
Is this a woman writing in or is this a dude?
No idea, because there's nothing, no name attached, not even anything in an email
So
address.
you walked in as they were expelling?
Apparently so.
Because I feel like, okay, if Kevin walked in on me doing it, I'm not going to be pumped about it. I'd be embarrassed. But it would be different. It would be way worse if you walked in.
Right.
Because, you know.
Oh, I'm going to totally put it on Insta story.
Well, that aside, that you would be horrible towards
Kevin, you are not going to believe
Yeah, I mean,
what
she-
I saw.
the town crier over here. Would let everybody know.
I would get a text within a minute.
A minute?
I'd be like, can I rent a billboard?
It would be live on Facebook. Oh my God, man, look at
Yeah.
his dick. It's so small.
That's the first thing she says.
Then she attacks my balls verbally.
Wow. And then the other one was my second time I walked in on my boss plowing his wife on his desk, but I think they wanted to be caught. Now I do not open doors.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you should never open doors. You've been scarred for life.
I don't think you should. Are they going to still see these people? They're
Your
not.
boss and your friend? Yeah, he said he still sees him and he never speaks of it. And you have to see your boss when you go to work.
Would that change how you feel about me if you saw me getting it on, like full on Donkey Kong? I mean, in the most compromising of positions.
It'd be funny. I would bring it up.
You don't, but it doesn't change our relationship.
No.
I agree.
Yeah.
Even though you're not supposed to with the coronavirus, I would give you a high five.
We have a couple things to solve from the earlier Raise Your Hand poll that we did on the regular show. This one ties into it, too. Raise your hand if you're very vocal in the bedroom. Bird, you were sky high.
If I was with somebody and she's my girlfriend and she doesn't like it, I'm not going to be vocal. But do I like it? Yeah.
This bird likes to squawk.
Quack.
Is that the sound you make when you're releasing?
Okay, stop.
He's like a parrot.
Here it comes.
Suits has his, and you have yours.
Yeah. Yeah. Jaber like a handry.
And please stop saying release.
Brace yourself, girls.
Bird's about to release.
Hands go out in the air.
He does the bird.
Spread them wings.
Hallelujah. Oh.
Wow. That would be something. That would be
It's not.
something.
It's not that
That'd be
weird.
something.
Y'all think I'm so weird? It's
We don't think. We know. Your ass is weird. We just haven't got the video proof, but we have photos.
Get the fuck out of here.
I want video.
Oh, man.
All right, what else we got?
If your family's ever caught you pleasuring yourself,
Yeah, my brother did. It was awful. I was butt-ass naked on the floor, and we had taken,
That's hot.
I'm like 18 years old, 19 years old, and we were getting new carpets, so it was just like they'd ripped out the carpet, so it was old school, like linoleum, and I was
That's so 80s.
butt-ass naked.
felt so good.
And he knocked on the door, and I guess I didn't hear because I was in the thrills of passion. And for whatever reason, every house the Penningtons have ever lived in, every door, you're able to fucking jimmy it open and open it up.
Cheap knobs.
Cheap knobs.
They run rampant in Lake Park.
We led the league in cheap knobs. And he had to get in there to get something, so he picked the lock, and he opens the door, and I look at him, he looks at me, he's like, brother, you jerking it? I'm like, no, I got stomach pains, I got cramps. And then I hear you like, hey, Bert's jerking it. I'm like, fuck.
He told everybody.
That's how I remember it. I don't know. It was awful. But you know what? It brought us closer, I feel.
Man. Wow.
I'd rather him than my sister.
Oh, definitely.
Or my mom. There's no way moms know, by the way.
Would you rather your dad or your brother?
My brother. Yeah, I don't want my dad looking at me like that.
Yeah, because that's the thing with any of these cases. Like, you never look at somebody the same again. It
It's a best
forever
case scenario.
changes. Yeah.
Think of
Brother.
anybody that could have walked in. It was your brother, and that's the one you would have picked.
Completely. Mm-hmm. It still sucked, though.
And the other one we had some people raising their hands. In fact, 60% of the KVJ show raised their hand if you ever brought illegal drugs on an airplane. Okay. Jaybirds might be the most benign. You raised your hand, Virginia did, and Denny's.
Yeah, mine's
did, of course.
basically, Virginia gave me a couple Xanax to go on one of the plane rides, or maybe a couple plane rides, and I didn't have a prescription. So
Yeah.
technically, those were illegal prescription pills. And if I was to get caught with that I could go to jail for a long time.
First of all, I would never just have a couple. It was probably more. It was probably a handful.
I think it was.
Don't insult me.
I'm sorry.
How many different illegal drugs have you brought on a plane, Virginia?
Let me see. Counting that, and then 1, 2, 3, probably 4.
4 different.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore. I would never
Yeah,
do that in
right. Yeah, with
today's
the
climate.
children, yeah,
I mean, this is back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, I've done it. I've flown on little private puddle jumpers and done it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, back in the day before the TSA was so, you know, Homeland Security.
I couldn't imagine even trying to bring weed on a plane. The entire flight, I would be basically just sweating like in a Twilight Zone, that movie where he thinks the plane's going down. I'd be so paranoid about everything.
Look, I mean, I think your paranoia and your fear should match the climate. Back when I did it, the climate was loose. There was nobody searching anybody.
Before
Yeah.
9/11,
They weren't even
Yeah.
like drug dogs walking
Yeah.
around the airport. So it just wasn't the thing.
But people do though. They will go to Oregon or California and bring weed back somehow on a plane.
There's
and
no way I would
They don't
even
get
try.
caught, and it's to me that blows my mind.
It's too risky. I mean, it's not worth it.
Does it, if you have a card in one state, it doesn't
It
carry
doesn't.
to another,
It
right?
does not.
Okay, geez. Okay.
So yeah, you could be legal in Oregon. Well, Oregon is legal,
Right. Everybody's legal.
But I think because you're flying over different states and all that, I don't think you're allowed to. If you have a card in Florida and you still buy it from Oregon, I don't think you can travel with that. Should we get our weed guru in here? Because I'm like
Denny's?
83% sure I'm right.
Yeah, I mean that to me, and they may not be able to do that until they change the rule on marijuana on a national level because it's federal.
Right. And right
still
now,
illegal.
it's just
Yeah.
state to state.
Dickie Jason's got a good question too in that chat room. Can you bring legally prescribed medical marijuana on a plane?
I don't know.
You cannot. Unless you go into a legally... No, actually, it's state by state, so no, you can't.
So you never ever travel with weed legally?
No.
If you ever, the illegal drugs that you had on a plane, was it anything more than marijuana or just weed?
Just weed. And it was well before it was even considered for legalization.
Yeah.
So you had to do it in shady means, you know?
Okay.
There was no
I
actual...
remember Michael Vick one time got busted where he had a trick bottle that had a fake bottom on it that he put his weed in, and they caught him.
They busted him on that.
Yeah.
They busted him on, and I remember the joke was, "Dude, you make over $100 million. Why don't you? Why are you getting busted with $30 worth of weed? Throw
You
it
can't
out."
set up a contact in every
Right.
town.
Yeah,
so-
that's the only thing that could have happened is he's afraid he wasn't going to be able to get a contact.
A lot of people, though, that roll with those entourages.
They do.
That's their
you
job.
got a weed guy.
That's their
if you,
job.
If you make that much money, I know when he came up here, he had an entourage with him then, and he ain't the $100 million guy who was then.
And Denny's was his weed guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually somebody in your entourage is what you have them for, is to get you drugs when you land places.
Yeah.
It's just so
Denny's
That's why they're on
knows.
payroll.
It's so funny. Before, Denny's talked about smoking weed, comedians and their handlers would always go to him out of the blue and go, "Hey man, do you know a weed person in town?" They all
I'm like,
Funny you ask.
yeah.
it's just so funny. He's got the look.
He's got to look.
Yes,
He
yes,
does.
yes. Especially when I had that really long hair.
Yeah.
Definitely much
You're
more.
a guy who can find things.
Yeah, it's usually number one priority when I land somewhere. You
They
know.
look at Denny's like, there's no way that guy doesn't do drugs.
There's no way. He's not smoking weed.
Yes.
No way. All right, let's see here. I've got an email from Sasha Stevens, and she's put some time in it. Poem from a listener of 19 years.
Oh.
Wow.
Says, I've been listening now for over 19 years. Been there through the good times, laughter, and tears. Your show is amazing, and I love you guys. From Virginia's quick wit, Jason's fumbles, and Kevin's beady eyes. Been there for the popcorn challenge, to the recent shot collar, and during the no-name movie game. At the radio, I holler. Jason, I know your mom and Aunt Ann you miss and adore. The listeners miss them too, and Aunt Ann's pies galore. So proud they were of their little Jaybird. Their love they broadcasted and was all that we heard. When Aunt Ann would ask Denny's opinion on something, and when he replied and she disagreed, she'd say, "You know nothing." I love Virginia's words like scrimps and chicken. I say them now too, and it makes my family sicken.
Good.
I'm so sorry for Kevin that he never gets laid. Hopefully it happens before his new hair has grayed. I laugh when Vicious V calls Jason Pumpkin, and he becomes disturbed. In return, he calls her Witch, but she is not perturbed. Suits and Miho Denny's are now part of the show. Suits knows cruising in NASCAR. Denny's is high and slow.
Aw.
That ain't bad.
He might be
Good rhyme.
high. I don't think he's slow. He may,
Just slow in life.
yeah.
Stop interrupting the poem.
I now live in Vero, and the station is crackling, but I tune in via the app and podcast to hear Virginia's cackling. Don't stop what you're doing. It's awesome. I wanted you to know you have a faithful listener in me that loves you guys and the show.
Aw.
Very nice.
That is beautiful.
Very, very well done. Thank you so much.
I
for
love
that.
it.
Yes.
Tribute,
Yep.
kindness.
Now tomorrow someone's gonna write a poem, the Dickie version.
Here's why you suck.
Thank you so much to Bud's Chicken and Seafood and their 7 locations in Palm Beach County. Go ask for the bird sauce by name.
Yeah, they. Oh man, my phone, Philip. I'm dropping the ball. He gave me. There's a new.
You have something to bring up? It's not going anywhere?
They just got voted for best chicken.
They did.
Yes.
By who?
I have to go find that out. But it's big.
By
it's,
chickens?
It's gross.
Not by chickens.
No.
The chickens did not vote. No one asked them.
I don't have my phone, but
Where's your phone?
I'll get the information tomorrow.
Where is your phone?
I don't know.
You lost it again?
Okay, clearly the music's run out.
The music's run out. It started again.
Kevin's got to be annoyed.
Well, Buds, congratulations. We're not sure what you won or from whom, but good for you.
We know you deserve it.
Yeah.
You deserve it.
You've
We
got
love you.
something. Yeah. Congratulations. All right. Check out We Think award-winning chicken.
It is.
Buds, chicken and seafood.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.